have the campus ambassadors from Adamas International School joining us. And today's topic is social media for social change. So I'm sure you all are aware of the topic, right? Or is it a surprise for you all? You all are aware, right? And you all can speak. It's fine. You don't have to be muted idols and speak anytime you want. Yeah, it's a talk show. We will be interacting. So it's fine. Alright, so first let's introduce ourselves. So I am Anitej. I'm a second year student of economics at St. Xavier's University. And I will be your moderator for today. So who would like to introduce themselves first?
So I go on. My name is Magna Joshi. I am in class 11th Science from Adamas International School, a member of Interact Club.
Any hobbies, interests?
Used to have a lot of hobbies. Now I took science, so all the hobbies are dead. But yeah, love to read, love to dance, love to talk, keep on talking. Yeah, and love to interact.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Who would like to go next? Archita, would you like to?
Good evening, this is Archita Balasya from Adamas International School. I too am in class 11 and I've taken up science. Yeah, I do have hobbies, but we don't get time to actually do them anymore.
Alright, and Ayush, what about you?
Hi everyone, I am Ayush Mundra. I am from Adamas International School. I am in class 11 Commerce and my hobby is to play badminton.
Wow, so we have 2 science students and 1 commerce student. Well, even I had science in class 11 and 12. And I took too much time to give to my hobbies, which led to my academic downfall, and I'm still trying to recover from it. But anyways, jokes apart. Talking about the motion for today. Not motion like the topic. So social media for social change. Now, I don't know about social change, but if we talk about social media, like we have students from class 6 or 7 who are active on social media. They are posting reels. Some of them are influencers too. There are parents who have children who may be like 2 or 3 years old, barely started speaking, and they have opened Instagram pages and YouTube channels on their name. So essentially, social media and access to social media is something which is, firstly, it is available everywhere thanks to the democratization of internet, firstly. But social change, like social media was essentially not discovered, but rather people came up with social media to essentially interact, to get to know more people, to connect to old friends whom they might have lost contact with. But now with the advancement and with the we have so many different social media apps, and with that we have the privilege, or not the privilege, rather we have an opportunity to make social media and use social media to raise awareness about a lot of things too, other than just talking or interacting with people, right? Like whenever there is let's say some injustice is happening in some country, then all the other countries are getting to know about it through social media. Personally, like if you ask, like we are a part of the Gen Z, and after us there is the Gen Alpha, and we don't really read newspapers or we don't consume news that much, to be honest, right? We mostly, like, our awareness about the world in general comes from social media. Like I scroll reels and then I see someone talking about something, and then I get to know, okay, so this is also happening. There is some new virus outbreak in China, and hopefully another lockdown coming in. And I did not get to know about it through the newspaper or through some news channel. I got to know about it from Instagram. I will be very frank with you all in this case. So social media does raise awareness. So what do you all think about this? Like, are we on the same track?
Yes.
Yeah, a little more elaborate, not just an yes, but and not a thumbs up. Please talk.
If you're I completely agree to this, because most of the informations that we get it via Instagram or via Facebook, and most of these platforms, Twitter and all. Like recently, this Ukraine-Russia war, we all were notified by this, and we hardly get time or we are interested to look through the news channels and read the newspapers. It's only when our grandparents or our fathers are watching, then we are like, okay, let's just watch it. But mostly, whenever we are just interacting with the world and we are getting to know that what's going around, it's just via the Instas or anything like that. So yeah, it's all true.
Right. And next, Archita, would you like to continue?
Yeah, it's true that we rarely nowadays go through the newspapers and all. Actually Instagram, guys are so addicted to Instagram and Facebook nowadays that it is what draws our attention. Although the news shared is same everywhere, but yet we refrain. It's also informative actually. Instead of just scrolling and wasting time, we get to get some knowledge about the society. So it's technically somewhat helpful.
Right. Ayush, what are your thoughts on this?
I am also in same in Instagram, but maximum knowledge I am getting from Instagram only. Like news, like you told of about the virus and all that. That also I got from there only, and stock markets and all that.
Right. And so then let's continue. So now social media platforms, like as I said that let us say an incident has happened where a particular community, or let's say someone is not, we think that injustice has happened to them. Okay, they are not getting justice. So then we start these various campaigns, and there are these hashtags floating around demanding justice for them, right? So how impactful do you think that is, or whether you think that it is like, or is it absolutely useless, or do you think that we should is it essential, like is it just a time waste, or is it a hoax, or do you think no, it is actually benefiting the people?
It is benefiting the people in various ways. It is creating awareness around the world, which is the most important thing in today's generation. And in many countries, still many malfunctions are happening. Be it threats, be it military threats, be it rapes, and several such things have been happening. So we, as a citizen of not a country, but as a whole, as a human, if we are getting all knowns, so I think that's what social media is benefiting in the positive way, that we are getting know at what's happening. So that's the positive thing of that social media. So it's all benefiting it.
Well, according to me, I think it's a very good platform for rising awareness, as people do get to know about things through social media. However, coming to the justice part, I don't feel so that it properly serves justice, because, and also the victims of the case, if we are fighting for someone, the victims of the case, they get popularized even if they don't wish to. There are various cases wherein they want to keep it private, however due to social media and all, it spreads everywhere, leading to they feel it shameful, and it might not be very helpful to the victim. It might bring them more shame rather than justice. Also, for awareness, it's a very good thing, I do accept, but there are people even out there who just do spread awareness to be cool and follow trends just because their other peers are doing it or whatsoever.
it is beneficial maximum for the youth, because nowadays youths and all the Gen Zs are following social media more than the news and other platforms to get all the news about the world.
Right, absolutely, and moreover, as like that's a very important point which Archita pointed out, that not everyone wants to be popularized. Some want to keep the matter private, but social media just ends up popularizing everything, and even not just the victim, but even the victim's family comes into the limelight, which they might not be really willing about. Other than that, also often since social like things spread like wildfire on social media, like something happens today, tomorrow the entire world knows about it. And the problem is that we do not really get a chance to verify what is true and what is not. Tomorrow there might be just like a fake accusation that someone has put on another person, and tomorrow everyone starts believing it to be true, and then the person who's falsely accused, he might get he might get death threats, etc. So that is also a negative aspect of it. But what are the positive aspects of it?
Spreading awareness.
Any of you?
Right.
Okay, Archita, yeah, go ahead.
Spreading awareness, I believe, very true. Like the positive impact, greatest positive impact is spreading awareness. If we want similar minds to act upon something, then social media is a very great platform to do this. Like we can bring people, we can connect together upon similar ideas. But also, as in for positive impact, it brings people, it keeps it. It gives them a warning, so that like if I am aware of a fact, I'll get triggered by something if something wrong is happening similar near to me. I'll keep in touch with staffs so that I don't get a victim of the same case, or I don't fall into the same trap if there's some social issue. Maybe it may be cybercrime, it may be fake cases, it may be whatsoever, but I'll try my best to follow those precautions and be safe. So yeah, it is a very it's great to be aware of stuffs and get ourselves precautioned.
Right, Mannat, you were interrupted.
Yeah, it was same only. Most of the place that yes, the social awareness part that we all get aware at a very short period of time. I think that's a very important thing. So yes.
Yes, I wish. What about you?
Same thing, only not much.
Alright, okay, not a problem. So, do you think? Okay, let me talk about this. So, there are various influences. I'm sure that, like, since all of you, I hope you all are on Instagram. So, I'm sure that you all follow certain influencers, right? There might be a favorite influencer you have, etc. So, even these influencers take part in various campaigns or in raising awareness, right? So my question is, do you think it actually now suppose a certain incident has happened and a particular influencer A is talking about it, all right? So you might be very impressed by that, and then you may start following this person. But do you think the person, the influencer who's doing it, he or she is doing it for the benefit of the masses or to raise awareness, or do you think that person is actually doing it to shift the focus on themselves and gain more followers?
I believe that it varies from the person to person. It completely varies to it depends on the influencer. So what he's teaching or what he's talking about, like there are some influencers, like we talk about this Dhruv Rathi or this Anvir Allahabadi, everyone, they're sitting and they're talking about the political issues, talking about the issues that are going on. and they're talking with other people, they're interacting, and they're putting out some topics. I think that is quite beneficial. But then if we move to that reel makings and that other parts, they're just dancing on some songs, they're making the song viral, and then they're making themselves viral. I think that is somewhere not needed to the society as much as that is needed. That talk, the TED talk things.
Right, continue. Whoever wants to.
Mostly nowadays, rather than focusing on working on improving the masses, mostly influencers these days, they do this to gain fame. Many of the times they are offered money for doing the same. Many of the times they are given paid partnership to promote something. So they sometimes do this to earn fame, and once a competition starts in the market, they also do this to keep up with their competitors out in the market. So it's not always about helping the masses these days, but following the trends which are going on.
According to me, maximum times they use these all news and all this to get more.
Like you all have very contrasting beliefs from each other, but yeah, that is what we are looking forward in a discussion, right? Contrasting beliefs and trying to make sense of all of it, right? Okay, just a second, I just need to confirm something. Samriddha, are you being able to record the audio?
Yes, I'm recording it.
Fine. Yeah. So, coming back to the topic. So, as I said, okay, let me ask you a little tricky question. Okay, so do you think that these social media campaigns or social media awarenesses, do they actually unite people in case of any injustice or any incident? Do you think that social media campaigns and awarenesses, do they actually unite people, or do you think they polarize people?
They unite people most of the times. It's my belief. It may be contrasting, because recently that RJ case that happened, we were just seeing the person, the doctor, and the doctor has no such religion, no such profession. It was simply a doctor, and we all were united just to get the justice for that person. So I think more of the time, yes, there are times when things are contrasting, but most of the times, yes, we do unite for the better cause, and these social campaigns do help to unite for the better cause.
Yeah, continue. Ayush, would you like to continue?
They unite the people to the worldwide to get touch to each other.
Okay, Archita, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the social campaigns, we do social campaigns in order to actually gain a similar viewpoint. Mostly people do support it, but although it's due to various reasons, many people don't even know what exactly is happening, yet they support just because maybe there are their friends or peers, or there's a trend of putting stories everywhere, sharing it, and then there are some religious factors too, including people strongly get into the fact that no, we are this, so we should promote it and all. Although there are various reasons, but yeah, most of the times it does unite people. Also, if there are, suppose, 100 people who are supporting a movement and 2 of them who are against the movement, the 2 of them usually don't wish to step up, because they fear, they have the thing in their mind that there are other 98 people who are in support of the movement. So maybe if my viewpoint goes wrong, they might backfire on me, and hence even they leave the matter or they join in to support the matter. So it does unite, whether in a good sense or in a bad sense.
Right, absolutely. And actually, the reason why I asked you this is that, see, every coin has two sides, right? So does social media. If there's something like there's this very famous trend of cancel culture. Now, the cancel culture often it helps us to cancel certain things which promote, let's say, orthodoxy or any sort of discrimination, which is good. But at the same time, it does lead us to cancel unnecessary things which are like of no use. Like people are just wasting time saying cancel this, cancel that, even though like it doesn't make sense whether that exists or not. Moreover, why I asked you this question about unity and polarization is because, see, all of us are aware of how Insta algorithms work, right? Like, let's say I am interested or I'm continuously consuming a particular type of media or content, then it will keep on generating the same type of content in my feed, right? So let's say something happens and I have a particular belief in on that matter, and let's say Mannat has a contrasting belief. Okay, so what I see in my feed regarding that matter will align to my beliefs, and what Mannat sees in her feed will be aligning to her beliefs. So, yes, and because our beliefs are opposites, so essentially it will not unite me and her. I mean, my beliefs and her beliefs, but rather it will just end up polarizing us, putting us into two different spectrum, right, into different parts of the spectrum, right? So that is why I was asking you this question. And
Although there will be two spectrums, but I don't think so. It will come into limelight. Like you are believing something that will keep on going. Mannat will believe something that will keep on going, but hardly cases are there where it comes into the limelight that yeah, okay, these are the two contrasts and there are exactly 50% people supporting. The majority times the poll which has more of the majority, that poll comes into limelight and the other usually goes down.
right, very interesting. Yeah, you all have
And
any?
this mostly happens for the political reasons. When the two political parties are into, and then this happens mostly when the polls doesn't match.
Right, right. I was short about it. What do you think? No comments on this? Okay, not a problem. Alright. And also, I think one of you were talking about reels. So, there are people, there is this trend, so-called trend of people trying to appear dark and putting really insensitive jokes in comments, and also people trying to make reels out of it, which at one point doesn't really make sense because not every, like I understand the idea of dark comedy and I understand the like what I'm exactly trying to do with it, but not everything is supposed to be joked about, right? So that is there too. Like, what do you think about that?
Yes, completely. I think recently this Samay Rana thing is too much popular, and because of this Latin show, each and everyone is coming on that show, and they are actually talking about someone's health. Someone's dad had a cancer, and they're joking about it. That's something very insensitive, and that's not supposed to be done. And what are they portraying is that they are making that itself a joke. So they are being made as a joke, not this being a joke. And that they need to understand everything has a limit, and that they are not supposed to cross the boundaries, and that they're not supposed to showcase it because it is having a negative impact on the generation.
The people joke just because of trying to be cool or appearing to be famous in front of other people. However, a joke comes out of it doesn't suddenly come out of nowhere. It is obviously related to something, to someone. So when we are joking, and that too on a mass scale, that is on social media, it might hurt the sentiments of the people. Maybe if I'm joking for someone, a a similar person who has similar views or who has similar appearance, they might read the comments, they might get low self-esteem, and it might lead to severe causes. People might gain low self-confidence. They might they might start comparing themselves. They might self-doubting themselves. So it's like it leads a self-doubt into people's minds, and it leads to them to doubting themselves and comparing themselves, leading to hurting sentiments of particular people.
As Mannat talked about that India's got latent in somewhere, they are doing jokes, but till the person who is in front of them is capable of handling the jokes, then it is good, not that bad for the society.
Alright, I again get what you are trying, all of you are trying to say. But then again, the question is, let's say, let's say an influencer, okay? So he, what does he do? He makes reels, and why is he doing it? Because like we are on Instagram to get entertainment. They are the ones who are essentially entertaining us, right? And that is why we are consuming their content. Now, do you think it is their not moral responsibility, but do you think that they are responsible for it? Because often, what happens is that, let's say someone is making reels, and then a particular incident happens, and when this person doesn't talk about it or doesn't make reels, then often we see in their comments that people are saying, oh, this thing had happened, why didn't you talk about it? Oh, this thing happened, why were you quiet about it? So it is not their responsibility to make it in the very first place, right? If they make it, that's fine. But if they don't make it, I don't think we can really force them to do it, right? Yeah, responses. Or did you not understand what I'm trying to say?
Till a person is getting paid, or if they are getting famous, then they will not have the problems according to the comments which are given by various people.
Yeah, exactly. Like that is what people say. But like my question is like, why Mannat is looking at me with crossed eyebrows. Yeah, is it what happened? Where is the problem?
No, I'm trying to understand what is being talked about. That's what it is.
Right. Basically, I'm trying to say is, let's say, like you spoke about the RG Kaur case, right? So there are a lot of Bengali influencers whom we consume, right? Not whom we consume, like whose content we consume. Yeah. So what happens is that often, like there are particularly a few influencers who did not talk about it. Okay. So what happened? There are people commenting on their reels that when this incident happened, why were you not talking about it? But my question is that they are not responsible to talk about it. We are there to watch their reels. We are there to get entertained. Whether they talk about it or not talk about it, like we should not be bothered, and we can't force them to talk about it. Right? That is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, it's completely correct that everyone has their own point of view and everyone has their own wish to express themselves however they're expressing. It is us who are watching them, who are consuming them. And then again, if we are watching them, we have no right to, sometimes in the comments they use bad languages, they talk wrong things. And then it doesn't affect us, but most of the influencers do not get affected, but there are some people who does get affected to a very different level. I think that should not be done. Because at the end of the day, they are making the things and we are consuming it.
Right, Archita, what about you?
Well, according to me, influencers, the sole purpose of them making the reels is that they do start making the reels to share their content with us, which we might like, which they think that we might like, and we might support them to grow. So that is the sole purpose of them starting making the reels, or for earning money or whatever. But what they do is they try to make content which they expect us to like, and they start off with it. So if we are expected to like the content which they are making, then we have no foundations on them that then they have no foundations on them that they have to speak on each and every matter. They might speak on it for social changes, but they might not as well, because it might people it does affect people in masses when influencers are speaking about something, but it also doesn't matter if one or two influencers are keeping quiet about it, because they might totally not agree with the matter and they don't want to come into limelight if they are not supporting the cause. So it's not necessary for them if they are not wishing to. It's completely their opinion. And yeah, as influencers also, if there are people who are getting such comments, then they should try avoiding that, because they should believe into their content. They should believe that whatever they are making, that's completely fit, and not believing into the comments of the people which they are randomly writing out of nowhere.
Like you talk about the comments, like you talked about the comments are given, but it is not even they are responsible, or not the people are responsible, because the way the reels and all that are coming in our feeds and all that, it is not in our control.
Yeah, absolutely. It is not in our control. Definitely, yes. Also, another thing that is, since like we have access to all sorts of media, and we can like anytime I feel like I can start my own YouTube channel, or I can become an influencer and start making content, right? So that is a lot of power which I have in my hands. But at the same time, there is also something which is called democratization of advocacy, which means earlier, let's say I had a belief, then I might have had to write blogs or a paper or an op-ed and then publish it in the newspaper, or I would be really happy if a news channel came to me and asked me for my opinion if I was near a place of accident. But now I don't have to wait for any of it. If something happens and I have an opinion, I can just make a Twitter thread, or there is I think this new thing with which Instagram has done, a threads, right? That app is called. Yeah, so that is there too. And I can also just like put my opinions, I write them up and put it on my Instagram story. So again, that has given us a lot of power to share our opinions. But I think, are we actually eligible? I mean, how eligible are we to share our opinions on something? Or because considering we are just students, and often there are things like let's say there is this trend of people making jokes on the finance minister because she is putting taxes on everything. But essentially, I mean, she is in this field for a long time. She is educated in this. There must be something she knows more than us, why she is there and we are not. So rather than understanding it, we just want to joke about it and downmark someone. So how necessary do you think this is, or how is this democratization actually good, or is it bad?
Like a coin has both sides, so it is good as well as bad. Good as in, yes, it gives us an opportunity to state our opinions, to connect minds, to really talk about facts, or to talk about issues which we really want to speak about. But in case our opinions cannot be a foundation on someone. It just cannot mean that we wish that it would have been worked our way, and that's the reason we are writing our opinion and joking on something. Because if someone is working in a field, then they are much more experienced than us, and that's the reason they have reached this height. Until and unless we are eligible to that point, or we know a great deal about that field, we shouldn't have a say on it very properly and very minutely. But yeah, we can state opinion, but it shouldn't be bounding on others. It shouldn't be a joke or harassing of others.
Go ahead, someone else.
I completely agree to what Archita said here. That it shouldn't be bounding, and if the person is somewhere, then he or she must be eligible to be at that point and that place.
Yeah, you should go ahead. Say what happened. Why did you mute yourself?
Means generally, if I see or see, generally all the people, the contents and which are made on each topic is made for generally for money, maximum times. Like in social media, then if they are getting fame or like you told that they are joking about the taxes and all that, for getting fame they are doing.
All right, very interesting. So I think till now we are just focusing on the negative aspects of social media. Let's talk about the positive aspects. Actually, like as Archita pointed out, that every coin has two sides. Even if I try to point out something negative, then the positive aspect comes in. Like if I was trying to tell you all about people making fun of taxes, but then again, the very fact that we have the power to share our opinions at this point is a positive aspect in itself. And at the same time, if I look at some of the positive aspects of social media, like there is the Israel-Palestine war going on, and there are millions of people dying in Gaza, and so there are a lot of channels who are basically trying to arrange for crowdfunding to help the people over there, right? Which is, I think, a great thing because, like, let's say 20 years back, this wasn't really possible for us to help people or to provide money to people in a different part of, like, right now we are sending money to people in different countries. Back then it was really difficult to send money to people in a different city. But again, the problem here lies in transparency issues. Like if I'm spending money on, if I'm sending money to a certain app, and I think that okay, this will go to the people in Gaza, what is the guarantee? Maybe I'm being scammed. So yeah. So so what are your thoughts on this? And also, what are the other positive things you all think that social media is bringing us when we talk about social change?
Firstly, it's creating awareness, getting information in a very small period of time, and then connecting with the minds. It's there, and then we communicate as well. I think at a very short period of time, and I think that these are the positive impacts I feel.
Also, I would like to add, social media, it's a great boon for people who really want to come up and show their talent. However, they don't have means and however they don't get means or support in their family maybe or in their society to come up. But yeah, social media is a boon for them to come up and showcase their talents, to rise and shine, and it becomes a source of livelihood. Many people are getting to earn these days via social media. Like we can today stand and say that there are 1,000 families who are being fed by social media. And also, yeah, as Mannat said, causing awareness, collecting donations, helping people. So yeah, it does have a lot of positive impacts too.
It depends on the person to watch for what they're using the social media. Like if someone wants to learn something, they are using social media or to gain some knowledge or to gain entertainment like that way.
Right, absolutely. And also, as Archita pointed out, that a lot of people are earning from social media, and because like all of us are aware that uh, like we like the world is going through economic recession, and employability is a big question mark right now. Even people who are graduating from premium institutions are struggling to get decent paying jobs. And at this time, even though we make a lot of fun that if you had to make videos on YouTube, why did you pursue engineering and all that, which is true. Like, what is the point of pursuing engineering if at the end of the day you have to earn through YouTube? But the very fact that still so many people are getting employment, are getting paid, and they can showcase their talent, and also people in very small towns who may not have access to very good jobs, they can still showcase whatever that talent they have, and then they can have an audience. And if they face any problems, then their audience can reach out to them and help them. And so yes, social media is indeed mobilizing certain marginalized communities and helping them, right? What else can we actually talk about? Okay, let's say okay, I think I'm really interested to listen to what you all want to say on this. So often like this is what we have been discussing since the beginning, that some people do not understand, and then they cross a certain line while they are creating their content. Their content might end up hurting people, right? But then we also have something called freedom of speech in this country, which we can say that okay, so he has his own freedom, he can say whatever he wishes to. And often what happens is that sometimes let's say someone has said something which gets them banned from that particular social media app, or government, or some or the app itself places a ban on them, right? Puts a strike on their channel. So do you think it is fair? Do you think it is justified? Or do you think no, we should not really interfere and we should let them say or do whatever they wish to do?
Freedom of speech we do have, but that doesn't mean that our speech should affect others and hurt their sentiments because one's opinion is not to be bound onto others, but to be kept within themselves. I might raise an opinion, and if someone is not there, if someone is not agreeing to my opinion, then my opinion should not be bounding on them, or it should not be hurting them in any ways. Also, if I'm willing to put my opinion forward, it's okay to put my opinion forward, but I should maintain basic courtesy when I'm on social media. I cannot just use whatever language and whatever means I wish to speak or use. Because, and also about the banning thing which you said, sometimes it does happen that there are people who just for fun or just for showing their powers, they ask their friends and all to report an account so that someone's account gets banned or something like that. So because Instagram is not very much ahead, it cannot verify on its own. So if majority of the people are reporting it, his or her account gets banned. But it might happen that the person has not done something wrong, but as a revenge, the other people, they have taken support and reporting it. So until and unless we are not completely sure and knowing that why are we reporting someone, or why we are claiming someone's copyright or something, we shouldn't go into that matter just to agree with someone.
Yes, Mannat, Ayush, your opinions.
So as you said, the right of freedom. So yes, there is right of freedom where we have the right to speak up, to share our opinions. Now, let's navigate it towards this social trend which is being followed, like the comedies, the stand-up comedies, and all these shows that are being too much into this. Recently, I just heard in news there was a comedian called Munawar Faruqi. He's a great stand-up comedian. Now he got banned by the government, so he was jailed. There is no wrong in doing comedy. He's doing a great job. Many people come to see his show, and he really does a great job. But then again, there is certain limitations, and as said by Archita, there is few codes that you need to be followed. Not, I think, as a human being, you need to be followed, and that you have no right to hurt someone's intention, someone's choice of religion, or any such thing like that. So yes, there is right of freedom, but then again, there are some foundations that you need to be followed, that you are not supposed to break, not because it hurts someone's religion or something. So yeah, that's not to be done.
As you have said that there are reports and all those things happening, it is not on our also. Like if I am failing to report or giving someone a report, I have given report, but it is still it is not in our hand, because someone else is controlling all the apps and getting all the reports to report someone or do the things. So the person who is controlling the apps and all those things have the freedom much more than us.
True, yes. The person who's in control of the app is the final person who decides what is to be done. Absolutely. Okay, I think as a last topic for today, I think we can discuss that there are certain trends which are evolving, like the integration of AI. Like there is AI being integrated everywhere. Like even WhatsApp has its meta feature, which no one uses. I don't know why do they have it, but anyways. But also AI has this thing which you all must, like, if you all are active on Instagram, you all must be seeing that there's this thing. It's called deep fake, where people basically what they do is they put fake AI generated voiceovers and also videos where someone is saying something which he can never really. We all are aware that okay, this person can never say this, but yes, that there are videos like that floating around the internet. Now the question is that great for entertainment, I must say. Like I'm really a fan of all that. But then AI is evolving so much, it really becomes difficult at a point to distinguish what is real and what is AI. So that essentially is a problem, because tomorrow people can use it to trigger or provoke a certain community against another, or against a certain person. So where does that lead us to in the digital age? What happened?
Okay, so with the already when we are on social media, that means we are on a virtual world. When we are on a virtual world, we cannot be very sure of the fact that the user in front of us is real or fake. Suppose I am getting to chat with someone on Instagram. I really don't know whether that person really exists or is it a fake account of someone else, until and unless that same person is talking with me in person on the same account, with the same account. Suppose it's my friend and he or she is talking right in front of me, so I believe that okay, it's his or her account. But what about the one, say, someone I'm talking to in Delhi, and I have met them through Instagram only? Then how do I know whether that person is really someone or is it a fake account? already it's very difficult to distinguish on social media platforms whether it's fake or real, and how and to what extent. With the advancement of AI, it's becoming even more difficult because people can edit almost everything they can edit via AI, and that leads to remaining of no ethnicity in the content or within the people. It leads to only fakeness. But however, if the only way to escape this is people should try to be them in true sense. They should try to focus on themselves and not try to be fake, because we can use AI to pretend or to be fake, but it won't help us in any way. It might help others, but also it actually, if we are believing into this fact, then it is portraying our fakeness to people, which I don't believe is an ideal thing to do.
According to me, AI should not be there. Means most probably there should be some limitations in AI, as there are skilled hackers and all that. They can also, because as AI is made by a person only, and the hacker can also hack the AI system, and they can play with the person's emotions or something else, or the personal details which are being issued.
So, Mannat, what about you?
Okay, so as a coin has both two sides, so yes, AI been very beneficial when it comes to the doctors and the machineries, and in many platforms it is very beneficial. But on the other hand, yes, it has a lot of negative impacts too. So yes, it just needs to get controlled, as said by Ayush and Archita. Nothing much to say.
Right, yeah. AI also has a lot of benefits for students. Like, I really look up to AI whenever I need to finish my assignments. But anyways, that being said, all right. So let us call it a day with that. Firstly, I would like to thank Mrs. Onushwa Paul, the principal of Adamas International School. Also, Yagna Saini ma'am, who's the teacher in charge. Um, and to all of you, thank you for being present here. It was great chatting with you all. I hope I did not annoy you a lot. I hope I did not talk more than I was supposed to. But thank you. You were a great audience, great participant. No, not audience, my bad. You all were great participants, and hope to see you soon again someday. Okay? Thank you very much.